Cloud. Hey, Jared. Hey, Jared's here today. Awesome. Okay, so let's
Hey,
go
Jared.
back to sharing. Hey, there's Mike Anderson. Cousin Mike is here. All right. That made my day. And awesome. Got Jay. Hey, where's Gene? Julie, happy Friday Eve. How are you today?
Good. How are you guys?
Yeah, I'm doing awesome. All right. How's Nicole? Audio's good. Everybody's looking good. You can see my screen. Everybody's ready to rock and
Yep.
roll.
Yep. I'm ready to rock and roll. You sound great. This is
Okay,
awesome.
let's kick things off. Julie Warner, do you want to give a do you want to do you want to do a little kickoff and give an intro to our friends from the our friends and family from the Purdue MEP?
Sure. You know I love being front and center. No. Yeah, thank you for everyone for coming. We are great friends with Curt and Nicole. We love doing these programming options for you guys. But yeah, the Purdue MEP, we help manufacturers in the state of Indiana, small to medium. We'll help anyone, but small to medium is our target market, and we just want you to be better, faster, stronger, and help you in any way you can. So if you have a problem, let us know. We usually have a solution for you. So I'm turning back over to Curt and Nicole.
All right, and Julie, you're so humble. I know we were together last week, and she did a live program, and we're so proud of Julie. So Julie, we'll get you back doing more of these. So So, hey guys, I want to give a huge warm welcome. And as Julie just said, if you're just chiming in, hey, do us a favor, drop your website, drop your LinkedIn profile in the chat. We'd love to know who you are, where you're coming from. And we have a really fun program lined up here for you today. A lot of dear friends. Nicole, I think Noah just popped in. So we got Noah. I saw Eric from the Maryland MEP. So, guys, if you're
Hey,
not
Eric.
familiar with the MEP, Manufacturing Extension Partnership, there's an MEP in all 50 states. If you're coming to us from outside the great state of Indiana, you have an MEP near you. I strongly encourage you, welcome you. I invite you to reach out to your local MEP. For those of you inside the great state of Indiana, boy, if you haven't engaged with the Purdue MEP, strongly encourage you, welcome you, invite you to engage. They are just a wealth and abundance of resources. They have grant opportunities. They have 40 plus strong experts. They have third party resources that help you in all sorts of different levels. So let's get the program started. Again, drop your LinkedIn, drop your website in the chat, and let's get this started. So first off, big thank you to Julie and our esteemed friends from the Purdue MEP. And next, you know what? I'm going to give a big thank you to our manufacturers. So our manufacturers out there, you are truly the heroes of our economy. We salute you. We applaud you. We commend you for the amazing work that you do for our economy. So give yourselves a little round of applause. And you know what, Nicole, we might have a little made in USA. We might have a USA chant. You know what? How about right now, Julie? Let's get USA,
Hey,
USA,
USA, USA.
USA. USA. All right. So I'm all juiced up. I'm fired up. Everybody's feeling patriotic. So again, drop your LinkedIn in the chat. So guys, welcome to the Lean Six Sigma Green Belt. Nicole, I'm just kidding. This is not lean. This is capturing exciting opportunities for manufacturers. And so, guys, we have some really fun, exciting case studies that we're going to go over with you. And so what we'd love to share is, hey, we have a little takeaway. So I don't know, Gene might be joining us here. If you guys don't know Gene, Gene is the guru of the Purdue MEP, Gene Jones. We've got Julie here, myself. If you want to grab a screenshot here, we have a free website audit, no strings attached. It's just this wonderful tool that we offer to all the clients through the Purdue MEP. And it's just a great way to just take a look at what's going on with your website. So I'm going to give a little intro to my dear friend, my esteemed colleague, my business partner in crime, Nicole Donnelly. Nicole, happy Friday Eve. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing fabulous. I'm so excited to be here with the Purdue MEP and all these amazing manufacturers. This is so great. This is like my favorite topic. I live, dream, eat, sleep this topic. I can't wait to dive in. This is going to be so fun. So fun.
Awesome. So, guys, again, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. Julie, Nicole, if you don't mind, I'm multitasking. I've got shiny object syndrome right
Yeah,
now,
I
but
haven't done anything with it.
keep an eye on the chat box if you would, and we would be happy to address any questions that you guys might have. But Nicole, let's get started here with the program. Okay. I have a little sentence here. Out teach the competition. Goodness gracious, can you please explain to folks what does this term mean to out teach the competition?
Yes, this is as manufacturers, you have so much knowledge that you've learned over the last that your team has that you've built over the decades in some cases, right?
And what you want to really think about is how can you educate your prospects and customers through your website? How can you be educating them? How can you scale your sales team and put yourself in a position where you're not outspending the competition on ads, et cetera? How can you position your brand, your website, so that you're out teaching the competition? And that is where you're really going to build your brand and your sense of trust that your customers and prospects are going to have in you as a buyer, is through teaching. Education, that is what's going to build trust with buyers.
Excellent. So, hey, let's get this party started. Hey, is Mike Harrigan here? Did I see Mike? Hey, there's M. Harrigan.
I'm here, Curt.
Hey, Mike. Happy Thursday, brother. How are you, dude? So, hey, I'm giving you a little shout out, my friend. So, Mike, if you don't mind, we're going to get, I know you're a super humble guy, but, plug your ears because we're going to talk about how amazing you are. But, Michael, you reached out to the Purdue MEP and you guys took on a new project. It's a indigenous dental health dog bone. My dog Theo loves these dog bones, by the way. And so just talk about like what encouraged you to reach out to the Purdue MEP, if you would please.
Well, a sister organization of ours had done work with Art and Purdue and had great results with them. And Purdue is Indiana University, so we're and actually have a few members of the ownership going to Purdue. So it was a real easy fit for us to go to Purdue and ask them for help for some of our projects, and they came through great.
Well, that's perfect. And again, so guys, whether you're Hoosier, whether you're Go Irish, or whether you're a Boilermaker, man, it doesn't matter. We're on the same team, just driving great manufacturing in Indiana. So, Mike, what you did is you went through the Purdue MEP, and our dear friend Art and Jean reached out. And so you need a little refresh on this website. And what was going on was, Mike is not targeting consumers. Okay. He's targeting, Mike, you're really going after, and you're not even necessarily going after retail per se. You're going after the distributors, correct?
Right. The website's more distributor and consumer based.
Excellent. So what we did, guys, if you look at the top here, we add a little button that says become a distributor. So what we wanted to do, we call those ideal buyers, maybe your ICP, maybe you call them an avatar. Our little fun program, we call them who is your soulmate? Who's that ideal buyer that just has a problem today that needs your solution? Nicole, you have this wonderful term that you love. Now, you just explained to us, out teach the competition. Can you please explain to the folks what is a learning center for a manufacturer?
Yes. So, Curt, you hit the nail on the head. The very first step when you're building out your website, your strategy, anything with marketing, you got to know who your customer is, and you got to know them really well. Who is it that who is it that the problems that you're trying to solve for, right? And so in this case, what we did is we found out who that customer was. It's Mike's distributors, and we built out a learning center on their website. And that learning center has just articles, chock full of articles that basically answers all of the top questions that these customers are asking salespeople again and again and again.
Hey,
so
boy,
to start,
you teed up the next slide. So let me just give a little intro here. So just for the hey, Gene Jones just entered the house, guys. Did you feel when he enters? Did you feel the temperature just go up a few notches? Gene Jones enters the room, man. It just the room, the temperature goes up. So we just got a little more heated here, Nicole. But Nicole, there's this famous book for Mark. If you guys are a marketer out there, we strongly encourage you, invite you, grab this book. It is brilliant. It is simple. It is a quick, easy read. Nicole, and are you talking to this author? Are you talking to this guy? What's going on in this page right here?
Yes, absolutely. So this is Marcus Sheridan, who wrote the book, They Ask You Answer. This framework is a really great strategy framework that manufacturers can use to create their own learning centers on their website. It works like a charm. Okay. So this is Marcus Sheridan is the writer of this book. He implemented this framework in his pool manufacturing company over 15 years ago and was able to see massive results in terms of leads, sales, revenue driven from his ability to create a learning center on his pool business's website that created articles all answering the top questions that his customers were asking over and over and over again. And I bet all of you, if you were to raise your hands, could tell me the top 5 questions you hear from your prospects and customers over and over and over again. How nice would it be if you could get those questions set up in an article on your website so that they get answered for your customers before they even pick up the phone and call you?
Yeah, I love it. So Nicole, let's walk us through the process. So what we did, so Mike reaches out to the Purdue MEP, spice up the website, just make it just, ideal for, and again, if that dog lover lands on the website, what was great is like, we can guide them to a retailer, but Mike is really trying to connect with those distributors. So talk about like what type of content would be perfect for his ideal customers.
Yeah, absolutely. So thinking about his distributors, some of the top questions that we uncovered as we were learning, understanding this buyer were, how much does your product cost? What's the pricing? What goes into the pricing of your product? Everybody wants to know about price and everybody's afraid to talk about it. But if you're transparent about it and you would just come forward and share what goes into the price of your products, it's a phenomenal way for you to build trust with your customers. It works so well. The other things that you want to be thinking about is, what goes into the, who are the top brands, a competitor's guide of like, who are the top brands out there that I should be considering? Again, a way to build transparency rather than hiding the fact that you have competitors. You all have them. Your customers all know that you have competitors. They're all researching your competitors. So why not just create a really great resource teaching them all about how you compare to your competitors so they can self-select you if you're the right fit?
Hey, Mike. So what's going on in this page here, buddy? Man, were we having a good time or what? So,
yeah. I don't know. I'm laughing at something.
Yeah. So Nicole, just share with everybody. Nicole, looks like you're having a really good time. I don't know. We do this little live show. Nicole, what was going on the program here?
Yes. So we did a live event through Manufacturing E-commerce Success, and we invited Mike on the program, and we're able to have him come and talk all about indigenous pet products. Talked about the product, talked about the story of the company, everything that went into the making of this product, and was really able to showcase and put a bright light on the good work that Indigenous Pets is doing. And these live stream events are just another great type of resource that you can add to your learning center, in addition to written blog content that just provides a really nice human behind the scenes look at the people behind your brand. So this was just a really fun, engaging event that we were to have that now lives on Mike's Learning Center. So distributors are come, they want to learn, they want to get a feel for who they're going to be working with. Now they can watch this program on demand. They can get a feel for Mike. They get to learn more about the products in a little bit of a different way than just like a traditional article. So by creating a learning center with multiple types of content, written, video, etc., you're really meeting your prospects and customers where they are and really giving them a chance to connect with you the way that they prefer, that they like best.
Love it. And so what you guys are seeing here is what we do through Purdue is we take clients through that deep dive on and we call them RICs, your ridiculously important keywords. And what you're seeing here is Mike is just very blessed, fortunate. He has #1 key ranking right on Google. We want to stop being the best kept secret on all sorts of his important keywords. Mike, I'm going to back up a second. So we've got all sorts of great blogs, and we're putting out content to help you with your keyword rankings, to help you with sales enablement as a sales enablement tool, and also to improve your keyword rankings. Talk a little bit about the process. Was this a super heavy lift for you to get these blog posts? Can you just share with the folks how was that process on your end?
Well, it was pretty simple with working with you. I mean, you did pretty much all the heavy lifting, just asking me the questions on what I thought consumers were looking for, and continuing to put these blogs out continues to help my Google search and all the other keywords that are going on.
Well, perfect. Well, Mike, I tell you, you are a great student. We give you an A+, and we've had just an incredible time. Now, Michael, would you recommend to your family, your friend, your dog, maybe that girl that broke up with you in high school, would you recommend the Purdue MEP to all those people in your life and other manufacturers? What do you have to say there?
Oh, I would definitely recommend Purdue MET. I mean, this is just one project I've been working with Purdue. I've also had them test out other products I have to give me backup to when I do go to customers. They have given me information that helps them realize the quality of my products. So everything that Purdue does is quality, and it really helps the manufacturer like me have some backup with a quality institution like they are, that they appreciate, and it's something they'll look forward to.
Absolutely. So like Madison, even like for our Hoosiers out there, even for folks that are rooting for the Irish, you can just, you can fade away your favoritism to your favorite team and jump on the bandwagon here for the Boilermakers and just line with the Purdue MEP. Hey, how about a big round of applause for our dear friend Michael at Indigenous Pet Treats? I encourage you, if you guys are dog lovers like I am, man, check out his website, go on Amazon, go on Chewy, and grab a bag. Your dog will thank you. Michael will thank you. And how about a big round of applause for the Purdue MEP for, again, their dedication to helping manufacturers just take things to the next level. So Michael, thank you. Great job. And let's keep this party rolling. Nicole, I want to share with folks, hey, it's lunchtime here. I don't know if anybody's hungry. There's another great manufacturer in the wonderful state of Indiana called El Poplar, founded in 1925. They manufacture chorizo. Man, does this look delicious. They were in a similar boat as our friend Mike, where he had a lot of consumers landing on his website, which was great. However, he doesn't sell to our target consumers. He sells to distributors. Now, we won't go super deep, but again, I see a learning center right there. So, Nicole, how does Good Eats combine with and really relate to a learning center? Can you please explain that to the folks? What is Good Eats?
Yes, Eats is the criteria that Google uses to rank content. So whenever you see the search engine results page and you're typing something in Google, and let's just say you type in chorizo in the Google search bar, you want to find chorizo, you're a distributor. These criteria right here, these 4 criteria is what Google used to decide who's going to show up at the top of the page and who's going to show up way down at the bottom. And those 4 criteria are really important for manufacturers to know if you want to be ranking at the top of Google. Experience, expertise, authority, and trust. Okay. Number 1, they want to see that they want you to show them on your website that you have experience with that topic. If you're a chorizo manufacturer, for example, they want to see examples of you making the chorizo. They want to see examples of your team, manufacturing, talking about it, that kind of a thing. Expertise. Do you have expertise on this topic? What kind of education do you have? What kind of credentialing do you have? And then authority is another key criteria, and building trust. So those are the 4 criteria that Google uses to rank content.
Perfect. And we open up the program, if you guys missed it, with our little fun tagline. We call it, how do you out-teach the competition? So instead of like, hey, let's try to outspend in advertising. Now, of course, it takes money to make money. However, a lot of these strategies, like how can we come in at a low cost, but really dedicate ourselves to being educators of our clients? So your ideal buyer, we call them soulmates. They have a problem. And a lot of times what we find, it's so simple where we we make those assumptions. We assume, our customers know what they need. They know what they want. You know what? They really don't. I don't know about you guys, but I'm probably the dumbest consumer on the planet. And so like when I walk into a retailer or I make a phone call to a 1-800 number, I'm like, I'm officially your dumb customer. I have questions. So if we eliminate those assumptions and we just dedicate ourselves to being an educator, boy, it can really go a great distance. How about, hey, is my cousin Mike, where's Mike Anderson? Mike, are you in the house here somewhere, dude? Did I see you somewhere?
Hello, I'm here.
Mike Anderson, cousin Mike. We're not positive that we're related. I might have to do like, I don't know, one of those online things. What do they call that? Where you go through your DNA tree. And Mike, I'm sure we're related somewhere, but Curt Anderson, we've got Mike Anderson. Now, the only difference is Mike's just got that incredible head of hair. Look at him. So I didn't get that through the Anderson side, but anyway, Michael from Steel City Steels, welcome. Happy Thursday to you, my friend. You reached out to the Purdue MEP. We've had a wonderful time working with the folks at Steel Cities. Talk a little bit about what inspired you to reach out to our friends at Purdue, and let's go through the process that we did together.
Okay. Basically, we had a new website, and that's pretty much it. We didn't know what to do next. We went to Purdue to kind of give us some guidance there. And we met you last year in the fall, and worked with you through the beginning of this year. And it was a great process. We actually have our own blog now set up. And we went through the whole process of going through a buyer persona, content calendar. So we're doing a blog every 2 weeks, and now we're doing.
Oh, that's perfect. So, Mike, I think you're cutting in and out. So just to kind of recap what Mike just shared. So we reached out.
maintenance
There he is.
markets. So
So, hey, Mike, I'm gonna pop in. You're cutting it out a little bit. So what we
okay.
did is we created that ideal buyer persona for Steel Cities. As a matter of fact, Mike did it all on his own. Check this out. So he had maintenance Mike, repair Ralph, contractor Craig, and manufacturing. I gotta move everybody. Mark. It was manufacturing Mark. And so what we did with all of our clients, we want to dig deep and just get a clear, concise understanding of who that ideal buyer is. Now, Nicole, Michael, we had an incredible time going through that buyer mapping journey, that customer mapping journey. Nicole, can you describe what we did here? And then, Michael, we're going to come back to you in a second. Nicole, what's going on with the customer mapping journey?
Yes. So this exercise is a really great way to align your sales team and your marketing team so that you're creating content that teaches your competition, helps them solve their problems, and in the best possible way that aligns sales and marketing. And what we did here is we broke out all of the deal stages for your buyers from start to finish, from the time they first contact you to the time that the deal is closed won. And we basically just had a conversation with sales and marketing to say, what questions are your customers asking you repeatedly again and again at each phase of the customer journey? We're going to jot those all down. We want to know all those questions. What are you hearing over and over again? What are the things that they need to know in order for them to move to the next step of the purchasing process? So that was the first thing we did as part of this customer journey mapping. The second part is, what are the biggest objections you're hearing? What are the reasons why your prospects and customers are not moving forward to the next phase of the buying process? We want to know what those objections are. Once you have a really good framework and you've sketched out what all those questions are and those objections are, that's the content that you want to create to put on your website and scale your sales team. So now, by creating this content that lives on your website, you don't have to worry about sales agent Joe answering the same question over and over again on the phone. How much does your product cost? How do you compare to so-and-so? How quickly can you get me this? All of those questions that your reps are asking over and over again, you scale it. You create it, you put it on the website, and now your sales reps can focus on more important things than answering those questions.
So, cousin Mike, what was your thought, your takeaway on the customer mapping process?
Yeah, it was pretty nice. I mean, deep dive into it, looking at start to finish their whole purchasing process, and certain keywords, certain questions they asked that I wouldn't even thought of, and now it's what is a hot roll C channel? Those were some of the big questions that we saw, and then now we're kind of catering our blog to that, where we're covering C channel, we're covering what is a stock program, and we kind of answer that in the blog.
So Mike, since you're another, we have two Mikes that are A+ students here, Michael. So cousin Mike, can you explain to folks what are RICs? Can you just walk everybody through this process?
Yeah, basically like super important keywords that your customers or your soulmate might search for on the internet for you. So it could be like like for us, it was a lot of products like C channel, hot roll C channel, but ridiculously important ones.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. So those ridiculously important keywords, and what I love is like you guys have just really gone aggressive and started putting out great content. And I think you even shared, how to find the perfect steel supplier for your needs. Steel City Steel's partners, line works with the Purdue University MEP. And then here, Nicole, you and I, we were just talking last night. I said, Nicole, what is a hot rolled A36 steel channel? And you walked me through that process. But these are what your soulmates, Mike, are asking for, and so you guys are getting out ahead of it, being proactive, being productive, and answering these questions ahead of time. Now, you even had an award here for one of your sales reps. What happened here with this one blog post?
Oh yeah, good response to the post. We had one of our reps win a subcontractor award in Chicago. Super proud of it. So we put out a blog on that. But yeah, it's working great. We're doing blogs every couple of weeks, and we wouldn't have really even started this or even have known how to get started unless it was for you and Nicole pretty much getting us being the foundation to get us started and giving us that calendar. I think we talked about a content calendar and doing a certain a cadence. So that worked really well for us.
Yeah, I love it. And like here, you've got the quick resource guide for selecting steel plates. And so you're taking the content, you're taking those ridiculously important keywords, the questions that your soulmates are asking. Now, Mike, you're a busy man. You've been a sales guru for decades. You are the authority in the steel belt. Everybody knows Mike Anderson throughout the steel belt. Has this been a tough process, a super heavy lift for you? Did you ever think that you'd be a blogging in any capacity? What are your thoughts there?
No, we went from a year ago not using videos or doing any kind of blogs to pretty much, sending these out every few weeks, and they're getting better and better each time. And like I said, we wouldn't have done it without getting started with this program and all that.
Well, I commend you guys. You're doing an amazing job at Steel Cities, and now what we're going to do now, guys, we're nearing into the halftime show. Believe it or not, Nicole, what do you think? Are you guys having a great time or what? Feel free, drop a note hey, Mike, I've got a picture here. Hey, Nicole and I we got a tour of Steel City Steels, and here we are on site. And so Mike and his partner Lisa, I think she might be in the car today. She couldn't join us, but had a great time. Mike, my friend, would you recommend friends, family, your dog, any of your high school buddies, the Purdue MEP? Any other manufacturers out there? What are your thoughts from your experience?
Yeah, definitely. We couldn't have done this without your help and Purdue's help. Just getting started, getting everything planned, doing all the deep dive meetings. It brought a lot of things out that we wouldn't have discovered ourselves. You guys are great to work with, fun, made it exciting. So we really recommend it. Yeah.
Well, Mike, thank you. We appreciate it. And Mike, I don't know if you remember, this was really embarrassing. Do you guys see that picture right there? See those wonderful red shoes that Nicole was wearing? Nicole and I, we didn't plan it. We wore the exact same shoes that day. That was really awkward. Remember how embarrassing that was, Mike? That was
we
Nicole,
were twinners. Yeah.
Right. That was on me. But anyway, so hey, how about a big round of applause for our friends at Steel City Steels? Check out their website. Mike, drop your website in the chat if you want to. Connect with Mike on LinkedIn. And again, big applaud to our friends at the Purdue MEP for supporting wonderful manufacturers in a great state of Indiana. Michael, thank you for taking your time joining us today. And the cool thing is we're coming into the halftime show. We're going to start talking about e-commerce. And now Steel Cities is so excited about this digital transformation. They are now exploring what strategies they can tackle on as far as e-commerce goes. So again, Nicole, any recap that you want to share here from what you experienced?
Yeah, absolutely. I think definitely the process of creating content. There's a great question here in the chat. Mike, are you writing the blogs? And I think that's the beauty of this process that makes it so easy for manufacturers is all you got to do is just have someone on your team who can interview the subject matter experts at your company, record it on a simple Zoom call, you interviewing them, asking them the questions. And there you just take the transcript of that interview and repurpose it into a blog. And then you can take the video clips from the interview and turn those video clips and post them on your YouTube channel. So now instead of having your subject matter experts have to sit there and write a blog, write about what they know, they just have to talk. All you have to do is just say, hey, can you just come tell me about this process that you've been doing for 20 years and talk about it, record it, and then you just repurpose it. You can use AI, you can use ChatGPT to help you repurpose that content and then put that up on your blog with the video clips.
Yeah, Mike, do you want to add? You want to chime in real quick on how you and Lisa tackled this process from your perspective?
I had a project come up I gotta do right now, so I'm out right now.
How about Mike Anderson? Mike Anderson, do you want to chime in real quick, like how you and Lisa tackled this?
As far as the
yeah, as far as when you guys do your blogs, like how you record it and how you use a transcription tool and how you guys content.
Sure, of course. Yeah. So basically, we'll go through. We'll have our content calendar. I'll go through and write the blog, do the video. Do a couple different versions of it. Send it to Lisa in marketing. She'll go through and clean it up a little bit, make it so it's she'll do a transcription too, so it's all you have the actual words to it, and then she'll post it. But usually takes about a week or two to do the whole thing, and it's all done internally. Pretty easy process. Originally it's a little bit more difficult getting a little bit started, not terribly, but once you get rolling, it's really easy. So.
Perfect. Excellent. Guys, and thank you, Madison. Thank you for the questions. Guys, keep the questions coming. If you're just joining us, I see Alan joined us. Alan, happy Thursday. Happy Friday Eve. Again, anybody out there, drop your LinkedIn in the chat box, drop your website. We'd love to know who's out there. And we're going to have the replay recording. We'll be sending that out to you guys tomorrow. So, hey, Nicole, Michael, everybody out there, I have a little, who is the most famous Purdue alumni? Can you guys please drop your answer in the chat box? We might have a little prize for you. Anybody want to answer that question? Mike Anderson, what do you, I know you're a Purdue. Are you a Purdue alum? What, didn't you go to Purdue? Where'd you go?
I did go to Purdue long time ago.
Does anybody want to chime in? Who is the most famous Purdue alumni? Now, I put a little caveat at my house. Neil Armstrong, Drew Brees, good answers. Neil Armstrong. Anybody else? There it is. Noah, thank you, dude. Noah got the answer. There he is right there. If you guys, any popcorn lovers out there, in my house, the most famous Purdue Boilermaker of all time is this fine man. Man, does he make my day. So, all right. Thank you. Man, Noah, as a matter of fact, what a perfect segue, because we're going to be talking about Noah right now, Nicole. So, hey, this is another wonderful manufacturer, Amelia Earhart. All right. So, Gene, that was a good one. You got me with that one, right? Drew and Amelia Earhart. I got to go with Orville Redenbacher. So, okay. Nicole, you love popcorn, right? Don't you love Orville? Come on.
Huh? Love it. It's the best. Can't get enough.
Thank God for that guy, right? Okay. Guys, we're gonna slide out of Indiana. This is a wonderful manufacturer, Buffalo, New York area, and they do covert antennas. Okay. And great manufacturer, founded in 1967. They're actually older than I am, Nicole. And they wanted to jump into e-commerce. And this is a really cool, wonderful company, just high integrity, and just, again, like that, taking them into that deep dive, that ideal buyer. Walk us through a little bit of the process of what we did here with Styco.
Yes, absolutely. So the first step is getting that sales and marketing alignment, right? And understanding who your soulmate is. And here we help them identify their 3 core buyer personas, their 3 soulmates: purchasing agent Nick, field agent Scott, and James the engineer. First step. And then the next part of it was, how can we create a really wonderful digital self-serve experience on their website for those ideal customers? And so here's where we partnered with BigCommerce and Above the Fray, Noah, who's on the call with us today, and brought in some really great partners to help support and build out this really amazing new e-commerce digital self-serve experience through their website that combines, e-commerce with the wonderful out teaching the competition by having a really solid learning center blog on their website.
Absolutely. And hey, you know what? I have to digress for a second. My dear buddy, Alan, Alan, if I'm not mistaken, I think you said you're from Fredonia, New York, which is right near Buffalo. And he's got a little Go Bills, Go Sabres. So thank you, my friend. Go Bills, Go Sabres to you. And Noah, if you're unoccupied for a second, or if you want to come off mute, do you want to give a little shout out here? We've got Noah from Above the Fray. Noah, you out there somewhere?
I'm here.
Hey, Noah, happy Thursday to you, my friend. Good morning. I know you're coming to us bright and early from Portland, Oregon. Talk a little bit about your company is Above the Fray, high-level e-commerce firm. You line Styco with BigCommerce. Can you just talk a little bit about the process here of helping Styco get into the e-commerce game?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a different approach when somebody hasn't gone into e-commerce before. It's kind of uncharted territory, or maybe just dabbled their feet. So we've created something that is more akin to like a rapid deployment. We have some folks that have been doing it for decades or years. E-commerce hasn't been around for decades, but for years, and knows the ROI, knows what they're going to be getting back out of it, and is ready to invest a lot more. And then there's folks that don't know yet what that's going to provide for their business. So that size of an investment doesn't make sense. So we've created something that's a little bit more rapid, that you can get out quickly, test it, iterate, and work with folks like yourself to be able to, drive traffic, drive revenue, drive engagement, and ultimately conversions and purchases. And then it's sort of that snowball effect that you can grow upon that from there.
Yeah, and I love it. And approach, a great thing, Nicole, we've been talking about like kind of calling it like that e-commerce, maturity process, if you will. And a great thing, so this is through one of the New York MEPs, just like Purdue. So this is one of the New York MEPs. They aligned with Styco and lend a hand, let us lend assistance here to get into the e-commerce game for them. And the thing is, it can be daunting, it can be overwhelming. And the great thing, Noah, what we'd love to do is we go into phases. So instead of like trying to tackle everything all at once, is we can break it down. And so what this particular company does, and if you're looking at these pictures, like, hey, what are these? So these are covert antennas. Think antennas that are going on like FBI, state troopers, your local first responders, just a wonderful, magnificent company, probably 50, 60 employees. Nicole, you and I were just on site, got a nice little tour just a week ago today. As a matter of fact, a week ago right this minute, we were getting a tour, and women business owned. It's just a wonderful company. Nicole, let's talk about same process as far as the content goes. Taking those ridiculously important keywords, understanding that soulmate, that ideal buyer, and then creating content to help them with rankings so they can start selling their goods. And one thing I want to, before I jump ahead and hang on one more second, that phase one, what they chose to do is they wanted a customer portal. So their internal customers, for starters, it's all B2B or B2G, business to government, that they can log in. And again, in a pure spirit of making the buying process easier. But walk us through the content strategy here at Styco.
Yeah, so this content that we're doing for them is very similar to what we've done for Indigenous Pets and what we've done for El Popular that we showed earlier. And it's really just identifying those top questions that customers are asking, combining that with the really important keywords that they want to capture traffic on, and then creating content that will capture that traffic online, content that the sales team can use as they're having conversations with prospects and customers. So it serves two purposes: sales enablement and SEO marketing, drawing in new traffic. And then as you get traffic to those blog pages, directing people from those blog pages to the store, right? So where they can find products that are going to be the right fit for them. And I would just say, just echo everything that you and Noah said about the phased approach to e-commerce. A lot of manufacturers, I think, are afraid of e-commerce because they're afraid it's going to cannibalize their sales team, right? You've got your inside sales reps that have been doing it and building these relationships for decades with customers, right? And so we like to think of this e-commerce, evolution as, how can the e-commerce platform be a way not to compete with your sales reps, but to support your sales reps? How can your sales reps use and leverage the e-commerce platform? How can you get your sales reps to be adopting it so that they can, create like a hybrid sales model, if you will, on the website? And I think that's really, like, as a manufacturer, a really great place is, how can you align your marketing and sales team so that they see e-commerce as something to help them sell more?
Yeah, perfect. And again, they're having great success with keywords. And again, you're looking at what is this? It looks kind of blurry. On the left are their keywords, ridiculously important keywords that they're striving to come up on first page rankings on Google. And if you see in that middle column where it says rank, and you just see all those wonderful, beautiful number ones, those are keywords that they're coming up number one on Google as we're trying to drive traffic to their website from their soulmates to give them that competitive advantage other folks that make their products, and how can we drive and move their goods. And this was super exciting. We just had a meeting with them last week, and we were just seeing these numbers. They're like, hey, what are these numbers? It's kind of like that 401k. You love to see your 401k going up, up, up. Well, when you're attacking those keyword strategies, you're looking to have those Google organic rankings go up. And that's how we stop being the best kept secret. So, and this was really powerful. We talked about that so there's multiple ways to create wonderful content, and it doesn't need to be daunting, doesn't need to be overwhelming, and most importantly, doesn't need to be super expensive, does it, Nicole? What's our favorite word? Scrappy, right? Free and
scrappy all the way. Scrappy town.
Scrappy. And I want to share here, this is a really cool scene right here. So what you're seeing right here, this is a live stream show that we do. We do it every Monday and Friday. Man, if you're a manufacturer, we would love interviewing manufacturers. You have a great, fun, juicy story that you want to share, your origin story, reach out to us. We would love to interview you. There's no cost. What we did here is we interviewed the owner of Styco, and that is the wonderful woman right to my left, and her name is Kyle. Kyle's been president for a couple of decades. And so the gentleman from the MEP is to the right. There's Nicole. There's one of Noah's teammates here. And then BigCommerce was represented. BigCommerce is a wonderful, it's a software tool, an e-commerce software tool for B2B and industrial solutions. And it's really one of the only, there's different e-commerce platforms out there, but kind of like a real stable e-commerce opportunity is a great choice, is BigCommerce. On this interview, Kyle shared a really powerful story. Nicole, do you remember this? And it really kind of got everybody choked up. So last week was the anniversary of, horrific tragedy of the United States. September 11th was last week. Kyle shared on the live show on there's products behind her over her shoulder. She was showing products that came out from all the communication chaos and a lot of things that unfortunately happened on September 11th. From that came a lot of solutions that they've applied to their products from that horrible tragedy. And she shared that on the live stream. It was very emotional, and it's just very powerful, because when you think about what you guys do on a daily basis, it's not just the widgets, it's your team. It's every teammate is a family member. You're providing an income for that person. You're providing, you're building your community. You're providing jobs. There's just so much more in manufacturing. And you guys, I can't applaud you guys enough. And so what you do. And so this was just a great story. I didn't mean to go on a soapbox, but I just it's a very powerful story. Anybody with a young daughter knows who that. Nicole, do you know this person? Do you know Elsa?
Oh man, I hear her songs all day, every day. Are you going to sing one for us, Curt? Let's hear it.
I am going to. Ready? We're going to sing. Hey, did you see Jody from Edgerton is here? Jody, did I see? I think I saw Jody here. Jody's here today. So, hey guys, I want to thank everybody for being here today. We're going to wind down. We have one more quick example I'm going to show. This is a wonderful manufacturer here in New York. They're called Faulkner Electronics, and their ideal buyer, their soulmate, is Engineering Elsa. Engineering Elsa works at Boeing. She's an engineer, and she is one busy cookie. And so what we did is we built this website speaking to their ideal buyer, Engineering Elsa. Now, what they did, you look at the language here on this page, okay? They make a little goofy thing called a ground strap. A ground strap is a ubiquitous item. It's a multi-gazillion billion-dollar industry. Everything needs to be grounded. Otherwise, Nicole, you might look like me, right? You get electrical shock and it's not pretty. So what we did on this web page is receive an instant ground strap quote. Now, that's their RIC right there, ground strap, okay? Build your own custom ground strap. No RFQ wait time. It takes 60 seconds or less. Are you kidding me, Nicole? How many times have we had to wait for days, hours, maybe weeks for a quote to be turned around? And here we're telling Engineering Elsa, hey, Elsa, we have your back. We can turn this around in 60 seconds. How is that juicy or what?
It's juicy, and customers love it. They love it. They want that information pronto. They don't want to wait. So it's amazing.
You know what I'm going to do? Let's go off. You know what? Let's take a little road trip. Hey, come along with me. We're going to take a little road trip. I'm going to walk you through. This is called a configurator. Okay. For all of our custom manufacturers out there, and they're like, hey, we feel left out of the e-commerce party. We have a little configurator. Noah, I know you guys at Above the Fray have a great configurator solution. BigCommerce has a configurator solution. I just want to walk you through this process, show you how quick and easy this could potentially be. Okay. So now Elsa, that ideal buyer, that engineer at Boeing, she lands on this website because we're going to show you how they're coming up all over on search. They're really trying to attack those search engines and make it easy to be found. Okay. Now she wants to build her product. She can click this button here. Yeah, I want that. Yes, I want this. Hey, what size do I want? I'll go with 18 inches. How about next? I'll take one of these. I'll take one of these. And what's going on is that product is actually being created over here to the right. So now I hit next. I'm like, well, I need this configuration. I come over here. I hit next. Do I need to heat treat? No, I don't need that. I click this. How many do I need? I'll take 100. I click this. And Nicole, I am done. If you timed me, I don't think that took 60 seconds. Do you?
Less.
Here's a little menu item just to make sure that Elsa's on the same page. Here's a little drawing. I can submit my information right here. Bam, bam, bam. And then bam, I'm done. So the goal is, what I encourage you, I welcome you, for all of you folks out there that, hey, we're a custom manufacturer, we don't have that proprietary product. There are multiple solutions that you could consider. Noah at Above the Fray showed at Styco, we're taking a lot of their product, their antennas are custom. They want to create a custom portal. Here at Falcon Electronics, they have a configurator where their ideal buyer, Elsa, can come on and buy and create her own product. Now, just to give you an idea, what does it look like when it's complete? This is what Elsa will receive. Hey, Elsa, here's the little menu. So we're all on the same page. So there's no mistakes here, right? So now there's no human error. We can, here's the price, here's the quantity, and get this, Nicole, big fat green button, place order now. Elsa can hit that button, pull out her credit card, and she is done with her day. This little company, about 30 employees, they've had Boeing, Ford, Halliburton, Lockheed Martin, Amazon, Johnson & Johnson, massive companies, Fortune 100, Fortune 500, have aligned with this little mom and pop manufacturer just because they have this configurator. Nicole, we love to say, how do you help that ideal buyer make a buying decision on a Friday night at midnight without having you wait for you to open up your doors on Monday morning? Talk about that digital self-serve and how important that is.
So important. I mean, just think if you're a manufacturer that's traditionally built your business regionally, right? Through referrals, through word of mouth. Now, through e-commerce, you have the ability to reach these large customers all across the world and open up completely new markets for your business that were never even a possibility. And you don't need a sales rep on the phone answering calls 24/7. Sounds great to me.
It's a great thing. And again, as we showed earlier with some of the other folks, we've got to stop being the best kept secret. And so with that same content, they use the exact same content strategy that Nicole's described with indigenous pets that Mike is using. Same thing as Steel City Steels, same thing that Styco is doing, trying to make it as simple and efficient as possible. They're capturing first page rankings on a lot of their core, ridiculously important keywords. And you see here again, we want to try to dominate those search engines, and we want to make it as easy as humanly possible to do business with you. Nicole, I have one last example here. Just launched, and Noah, you're part of this project. This was a really exciting e-commerce project that we just launched. For folks looking for like a first step, what's going on in this page?
Yeah, this is very similar to the configurator that you just showed. This is a very basic form that most CMSs you can, as just like a start entry point of what you can do to create your configurator. And basically this is a questionnaire, asks 3 questions, and it's set up through HubSpot. So it's a HubSpot form that's set up, and based on the person's response to each of those questions, they will receive a follow-up email that gives them a ballpark price for the unit that meets those criteria and an engineering drawing. And so both of those things come to them immediately, very similar to the instant quote, and they get a call directly from a sales rep to follow up on that request as well. And this little tiny quiz has just exploded in terms of the number and quality of leads that are coming through, because it's really creating a digital self-serve. You're allowing the customer to be in control of the purchasing process. And that's what these Gen Zers and these millennials want. They want to be in control of the purchasing process as much as possible. So you've got to meet them there as much as you possibly can to create situations like this. And it opens the door to those relationships. So they submit this, and then it starts the conversation with the sales rep. And so it's just a really great alignment between your sales and your marketing team, bringing them together in this way.
Perfect. And do you want to take a minute, just share, they just launched a wonderful e-commerce project. And I didn't even know you were on the call today. So this was perfect timing. Do you want to just share a little bit on your perspective of this e-commerce launch for this company?
Yes, it's been such a wonderful collaboration, years in the making. A lot of, groundwork went into creating this e-commerce platform, and it's just a really exciting new start. The store just launched a month ago. Within the first 2 weeks, they already had 5 orders, completely true e-commerce orders, come in within the first 2 weeks of launching the store. True, exciting, never happened before for this company. And that was even during the soft launch of the store. So it's just very exciting to think about the possibilities that this will bring for their business. So yeah, really excited about that. It's awesome. It has a customer portal, and it also has a number of their standard items that they sell repeatedly that they've stocked and set up on the store. So people can either, order those standard items directly, those standard ones, or they can go to their customer portal account and reorder very simply and easily.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. All right. We're going to wind down. Nicole, take us home. just kind of tie everything in a bow, if you will. How can the folks get out there and teach the competition? Any words of wisdom that you want to share as we wind things down today?
Yes, I would say the first and biggest thing is you've got to put yourself in the position of your customer. Really understand who your customer is, what are their pain points, have conversations with them, listen to what they're telling you, and really identify what their biggest pain points are. And the closer that you can get to your customer and really, truly, deeply understanding those questions, those problems, those challenges, the more that you're going to be able to create an experience for them where you're building that trust by out teaching your competition. You're building trust by creating a very seamless purchasing process. And the closer you can be to your customers, the better, because your competitors are always going to be following you. If you're closer to your customer than your competitor is, they're always going to be playing catch up. So I would just say, as much as possible, lead with that.
Perfect. Well, thank you. So again, guys, I want to thank each and every single one of you. I've got Alan, Whitney Houston's here today. Whitney, happy Thursday. Hey. Melissa, Jared, Kevin, Jody was here. And so thank you guys. I know how busy you are. Nicole and I are going to stick around for questions. We'd love to tackle any questions. Again, website audit is available. We have a wonderful, crazy program coming up next month. We have 2 high-level experts. If you guys want to grab this QR code on October 19th, Purdue MEP, we have a wonderful program. Chris Lukey, Jake Hall, they are just digital transformation experts, high level. They're influencers. They're great advocates for the manufacturing world. They're coming on to the program. And again, you guys, free website audit available. Email myself, email Gene, email Julie. We would love to turn around and get that to you. We have the replay for the program that will be going out. Any questions? We would love, if you want to take yourself off mute, or if you want to drop a note in the chat, we would love to tackle any questions that you might have. And if anybody's cutting out, thank you. God bless you. We appreciate what you do for our manufacturing community. And again, reach out to the Purdue MEP. They are here for your assistance. Gene, do you want to share anything? Gene, where's Gene, man? Nicole, did you feel getting hot in here? It's Gene.
There he is.
I'm here. Hey, I was just typing in the chat because I have to go to another meeting, but Nicole and Curt have just outstanding expertise and just wonderful energy, and they really are about teaching each of the manufacturers how to fish, which we certainly really appreciate and have enjoyed the partnership with you both. So thanks.
Thank you, Gene. It was great. We got to spend a time with Gene last week. And Nicole, I've got a great picture of you and Gene. Shame on me. I should have put that in the program today.
Oh,
so, Gene,
yeah. I want to see it.
Hey, I'll text both of you guys. So it was great being with you. But again, guys, thank you for being here today. Before you cut out, please don't walk away with any, if you have questions, we would love, I'm sticking around. I'd love to tackle. And hey, how about a round of applause for Mike Anderson, cousin Mike Anderson from Steel Cities, Mike from Indigenous Pets here. Again, man, if you guys have a dog, you definitely want to get the dog bone. My wife swears by him. So any questions that you guys have? And again, I want to thank Brian. Hey, Brian, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you? This has been very interesting.
Well, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Any questions that you have?
Yes. Well, we're not really a manufacturer. I freeze metal at 300 degrees below zero. I deal with manufacturers. It's so hard to get in front of a decision maker.
Yep.
Everybody thinks I have Ted Williams and Walt Disney frozen. We don't freeze bodies. We freeze metal and plastic. But my biggest challenge is to get in front of a true decision maker at a machine shop, at manufacturers, because it's unbelievable how well our process works at 300 degrees below zero. It dramatically improves the wear life of metal and plastic.
So, Nicole, I don't know if you're thinking what I'm thinking, but so Brian, let's go here. Do you have sounds like a really powerful, and Nicole, I bet you that Ted Williams reference probably went flying right over her head. That was one of the greatest baseball players of all time. Brian, thank you for throwing. I'm a baseball junkie, so thank you for throwing that one out there. How about you mentioned Disneyland, Brian. If I describe to you about my family vacation on Disneyland, you might be fantasizing about some other things, or maybe you listen to some, but boy, if you show me a video, if I show you a video of my family vacation, I still might bore you to death, but at least you can see it, right? Do you have any videos of your process like that? If I'd like to see Ted Williams frozen, right?
We have a ton of videos on our Facebook page and on our website at circlecitycryo.com.
Awesome.
Any metal that's formed that's made is full of stress. When you freeze it at 300 degrees below zero, it changes the molecular structure. It realigns all the atoms and molecules. It stress relieves it and makes it dramatically stronger. We've saved the city of Indianapolis $2.5 million cryogenically freezing the brake drums and rotors for the fire department, but we are the best kept secret in the Midwest.
Oh boy, man.
I have an idea. I got some ideas up my sleeve for you. You should bring the city on and do a live testimonial. You could do a live testimonial. You could show them all about what you've done, use that content, get it up on your website, share it. And then my other suggestion would be, are you on LinkedIn? Are you engaging in LinkedIn? Do you know?
Yes, quite a bit. I am. There's actually a story on our website that our local ABC affiliate, Channel 6, did about us, about what we're doing for the city of Indianapolis. We're also doing something pretty cool for cancer patients, the anti-embolism stockings that all the cancer patients have to wear to prevent blood clots and swelling.
Yep.
Very long story short, my wife had breast cancer 4 years ago. Me thinking out of the box, I bought. One of them looks like pantyhose. The other one's a sleeve that goes from your wrist to your shoulder that's $200. And another one is a glove without fingertips on that's $85. I bought one of all three of those, cut them in half in our lab, froze B at 300 degrees below zero. I didn't do anything to A. I gave it to Purdue Polytechnics down in Columbus, Indiana. They gave me a report back that it made it nearly 50% stronger, so they won't snag and run. So we are freezing those for every cancer patient in the United States for free.
So you know what? Let's do this, Brian. So I'm gonna give you an answer where I want to be mindful, respectful to everybody. So I'm going to give kind of a generic answer to everybody, and then I would welcome what we could do is reach out to myself, reach out to Nicole, anybody, Julie or Jean at Purdue. We could take this offline. We'd be more than happy to geek out with you and really fire off some strategies. Here's a few things that my immediate response is, I'm going to just practice what we preach, right? That out teach the competition. So if people don't fully understand, somebody might hear blah, 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 blah. I saved you $2.5 million. Like that really perked me up, right? So if I'm a corporation, I'm a large business, that would really perk me up. Maybe as Nicole just said, a live stream, maybe a webinar, try, exactly what we're doing here. We've, I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but boy, it helps when I align with Purdue MEP and my friends here. And so we can come to you and with good faith or integrity, deliver content the best that we can. So those are a few things that I would consider as maybe some type of a webinar, a live program, and just really dedicate yourself to, what we're saying, hey, let's out teach the competition. Right. But if you're interested, I'm going to come back here shamelessly. Let me go back to, there's my email. Drop me an email.
I already took a snapshot of it.
Perfect. All right, let's get on a call. And what I'd like to do is I want to jump in because people are going to be jumping off here in 1 minute. Dan Huff asked a question. So a large piece of our business is very custom and job shop oriented. How would you approach the presented change? I love this question. And so
this is your favorite question, Curt.
Hey, one. Nicole, I didn't talk about my mom's favorite book today, did I? My mom's book is right here. Hey, Brian, there it is for you. Stop Being the Best Kept Secret. And it was written by my mom's favorite son. Hey, Curt Anderson right there. So, Dan, I might have to get you my mom's favorite book, but what, in our processes, what we love to preach and teach is how can we help that job shop, that custom manufacturer that feels left out of the e-commerce party, doesn't have that proprietary good per se. And as Nicole was describing is how can we go in phases? And that was Noah mentioned that as well, right? So first off, how can we narrow down that niche? Okay. And Dan, again, if you want to jump on a call, there's my email, Jean's email, Julie, let's jump offline and we can dig deeper. But for any of our friends, Phyllis is here. Hey, Phyllis just joined us. Happy Thursday, Phyllis, dear friend of ours. She's down in the Carolinas, I think.
Yes.
How are you today, Phyllis? Thank you for joining. I think you snuck in a little late, but thank you for joining us today.
Okay.
And again, we're going to have the replay go out, but think about this, Dan, if this makes sense. Is Dan still here? There he is. Dan's still here. Dan, this is what I encourage for our job shops. And so I'll get a little bit rough and we could geek out offline. First off, everybody typically has that 80-20 rule. Okay. Yeah. Everybody typically has that 80-20 rule. Would I encourage you, welcome you, invite you to think about, okay, how do you make the world a better place? What are the process? Because you might not have a proprietary product, but you have a proprietary process. Okay. And so while we make things for other people, like even, I don't know if Jody's still here from Edgerton Forge, like they make a lot of parts for other people, but you know what? Other people still need those parts. So what you can do is focus on your 20%. That could be an e-commerce opportunity. That could be your content opportunity. Everything that Nicole described as far as like putting out those content pieces, that can be a convertible e-commerce opportunity. And, or as you're focusing on those core keywords or your proprietary process, set up a page for like, hey, request for quote. How can you get a fast quote turnaround, right? Nicole showed like that 3-step questionnaire, that little survey. That costs virtually nothing to do. So anyway, there's a bunch of things I could geek out further, but I hope that might be a little scratch the surface help there. And again, Dan, shoot us an email, shoot us a note. We'd be honored to help take that conversation deeper. Do we have any other questions? And I know we're two at Nicole. I'm 2 minutes over. Any other questions? Hey, Jared's here. Angela's here. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Mm-hmm. Everybody good? I can wind down. Brian, did you have any other questions that you wanted to hit before we cut out?
No, I would definitely be contacting you guys. You guys have been to our place before and done some studies for us. So
awesome. Well, fantastic. Well, so I know most people have cut out. I'm gonna we'll wind us down. We'll have the replay for you guys. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. We never take this for granted. Nicole, how about a big round of applause for Nicole Donnelly today? Nicole,
round of applause for Curt Anderson.
Thank you.
That was so much fun. Did you guys have fun? Because I had fun. That was great.
Yes, this was very interesting.
Good.
We had a blast. So, All right, guys, thank you all. Have an amazing, incredible day, and we hope to hear from you guys soon. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.